goals in a 2-minute, 47-second span. And after 20 minutes, Carolina in complete control here, 3-0. We are back inside Bell Center. Guys on the bench letting them know about it. This place still pulsing, but also a little bit stunned, considering what just went down. Liam McHugh, Anson Carter, Paul Vizinets, Henrik Lundqvist, Wayne Gretzky. Before we get into everything, we were wondering how this team would respond, this Montreal team, back-to-back overtime games. That's about as bad as we've seen them look in a period of play.
They lost almost every 50-50 battle. First 5 minutes really set the tone for the whole period, but even when they had opportunities, they misplayed pucks, and it just looked off with the focus and the intensity. It was just one team on the ice that first period.
Hank, whatever you did to get your voice back, the Montreal Canadiens did the same exact thing after this period. The great bounce back, unreal bounce back. But the play for me, guys, was the Gostisbehere block, and then the reaction from the bench. That's the epitome of playoff hockey. Huge block, goes back the other way, Blake to Stankoven, and all the boys just patting Gostisbehere on the bench on the head, high fives, letting him know that his big block was greatly appreciated by the guys on the bench.
Yeah, I think it's just going to go back to the fact that Montreal they looked exhausted. They were a step behind. I think they completed more passes on the tape to Carolina Hurricanes than they did their own team there. And anytime they had a guy coming over the blue line, it felt like Carolina closed, they stopped it, and they were going right back the other way.
Yeah, I think you guys all summed it up best. They looked a little tired that period, and Carolina looks like they're getting stronger and fresher. Their best players are playing really well tonight. They have momentum. They're finishing every check. They're blocking shots. Their offensive guys are getting good opportunities. They were just a way better hockey club, and that begs the fact, is Montreal physically and mentally hit a wall right now with all the hockey that they've played in the last 6 weeks.
That's the frightening part for Montreal. You're down 3-0. You're down in the series, and as we take a look at the series highlights, the best players for Carolina are starting to look very confident out there.
Yeah, going back to last night, or 2 nights ago, excuse me, Game 3, Sebastian Aho doesn't score in this play, but he established a net front presence when Stechnikov scores the overtime winning goal. And then you can see his confidence in his game starting to build last game here, fellas. And right here, that shot inside the post. A couple nights ago, he doesn't look to shoot this puck. He's looking to pass this puck, maybe defer to somebody else. But after being involved, and you don't have to get a point, you don't have to get a goal and assist, just get involved in the game. Aho's game biz has really started to build since last game, and you can start to see his confidence start to rise the perfect moment, perfect time for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah, clutch play at the blue line, and just how he finds that soft space backing up to get it back up top, and then he opens up. And the key too is on that follow through, he goes knee down snipe, but he keeps that stick low. A lot of times you're seeing with these glorious opportunities, guys go high and wide. He forces that stick to stay low, and it actually went exactly where he was pointing. So credit to him, and like you said, Ace, gained a lot of confidence off that net front presence last game. I know he didn't get the goal, but that line's going now, and they got everything they need.
Yeah, and I think that we talked about it in the pregame show. We needed Montreal to come out the first 7 minutes the way Carolina came out the first 7 minutes. The shots on goal were 7 for Carolina, 0 for Montreal, and you could just sense the momentum shifting and Carolina getting stronger every shift, and they're coming in waves. And you can feel the energy in the building sinking and sinking to where it's at right now. The fans feel as down as the score is 3-0.
And we talked about, okay, can Montreal change? Can they adjust? Yes, they love to hold on to pucks and making plays, but at some point, they need to start shooting the puck. They need to make sure Carolina defenders have to turn, look for it, and right now they have full control. Plus, Montreal, there's a lot of opportunities there to shoot it, take it to the net, and they're still looking for that next play. And to me, yeah, you might have a certain style of play, but it's also mindset. You just agree. Next time I have an opportunity, I'm putting that puck on the net.
And going back to last game, and obviously tonight, this is our first experience here, but you can sense a little bit of the frustration from the crowd where they're being a little bit more vocal about the shoot. And I know as a player that could be very annoying, especially if you guys are playing on the power play. but there were a few opportunities. Suzuki early. I thought that Lane Hudson, when he ended up making this wonderful play, this is a Suzuki one right here, but when they finally got to the power play, like to me, you got a guy driving, going to the net, Struble. He almost looked like he had a step on the defender. This is the one on the power play. He ends up making a wonderful play to Demidov as the defenseman retreats back to the net. But in my opinion there, you don't have a shot on the power play yet. You have the lane to the net. Slavkovsky has the big body planted in front with his forehand exposed for a tip. Just get one there. Like in my opinion, Demidov is the flank guy. He's going to come down and get that rebound. I know you want to make that nice play, but Ace, this is the play that you're talking about where the big swing happened. It's 2-0 at this point. They get an opportunity. It's a big block by Ghost, and you got the rest.
Yeah, massive block by Ghost. Yes, they go ahead and they capitalize and execute. But here's the play on the bench here, guys. You see, Gostisbehere is making his way to the bench. He's left the screen there, can barely get there. He's fighting, scratching, he's leaking oil all over the ice. But look at the boys coming over, celebrating and pumped, just getting high fives. Amazing.
I never had that happen to me in my career. I never blocked one shot.
You felt a lot of feelings.
I was never going to get that much of a, that never happened to me.
So you could have played for Torts then.
How many blocks were you credited?
Maybe one.
Maybe one.
We talk about the accidental.
That's what they pay the goalie for.